What are we waiting for? Okay.
Fixed your music.
Yes, you told me, thank you.
Before the work.
It's really a Sidor's. Yeah. This is really more of like a Sidor stand, because music stands, it doesn't have the little like slats. Some of them do, sometimes, but they're usually black to, you know, for little clips. Yeah. Hold it to a certain page. Yeah. This has that. Yeah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I hear people on the hallway should come in for commands.
Shabbat shalom.
All right. Well, Shabbat shalom. We'll go ahead and get started, and the folks in the hallway will join us soon. We'll start as we welcome in the angels of Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem on page 5 at the third entry.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Rishon, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Turn to Lechu Neranina, which we open on at page 11. Do we open it? We'll continue individually, and Cantor will resume at the carrots on page 12.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nari alitzor hisheinu, nekadma v'adam v'toda, b'zmiro nari alo, nekadma v'adam v'toda, b'zmiro nari alo. Ki el gadol Adonai, Umelech gadol al kol Elohim, asher b'yado mechirei haaretz, v'to'afot harim lo, asher b'yado mechirei haaretz, v'to'afot harim lo. Arba'im shana kut betor v'alman toy levavim, v'heim lo yadu drachai, asher nishbati ve'api, him yiva'un el menuchati.
Turn to Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. We sing to God a new song, though the same words each week. We come to it differently each week. We'll start on page 13 and continue individually and pick up on page 14 at the carrot.
Shilonai Shekhala Shilonai Kol Haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim hashamayim Yismechu hashamayim hashamayim Yismechu hashamayim V'tagel haaretz Yismechu hashamayim hashamayim Yismechu
Hashamayim.
hashamayim Yismechu hashamayim V'tagel haaretz Yiram hayam Yiram hayam Yiram hayam Ulo Yiram hayam Yiram hayam Yiram hayam Ulo Yismechu hashamayim hashamayim Yismechu hashamayim hashamayim Yismechu hashamayim V'tagel haaretz Yechusalei v'chol asher bo Az yiranenu kol atzayar Lifnei Adonai kiva lishbot haaretz Yishbot tevel b'tzedek Ve'amin be'emunato.
We'll turn to page 21 as we rise from Mizmor LeDavid.
Mizmor LeDavid, Havu Adonai b'nei Elim, Havu Adonai kevod va'os, Havu Adonai kevod shemo, Yishtacharu Adonai behadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai el hamayim, el hakavod yirim, Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai hakoach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim. Vaishaver Adonai et arzei halvanon, vayarkidem kemo egel levanon v'siryon kemo v'reimim. Kol Adonai choseh havotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yecholel hayalot, vayechesov ye'arot, uvehechalo kulo merkavot, kulo merkavot. Adonai lama yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai yos le'amo yitem, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom.
Seated as we turn to Lecha Dodi, we'll do the opening 3 stanzas on page 23, followed by the final 2 on page 25.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el hamiluchad. Adonai echad, Ushmo echad. Shem Tiferet Veli Tehila Lecha
Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Likrat Shabbat Lefu Lenecha, Ime Kor HaBeracha, Mirashmi Heder Nesucha, Sof Ma'aseh Machshava Techila, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Mikdash Melech Ir Melucha, Umitei Mitocha Havecha, Ravlach Shevet Be'emek HaBacham, Ve'hu Yakol Alayichem Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela. 25, second verse. Yaminu small tifroti, ve'et Adonai ta'ariti, al yadish be'karti, ve'nismecha ve'nagila, lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Boli V'Shalom Ater Balam, Gam V'Simcha Zola, Toch Emunei Am Segula, Boli Chala, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Be seated as we turn to the Psalm for Shabbat, which begins on page 27, and we'll continue on to page 28, where we'll resume together at the carrot.
Yismor Yom Shabbat. Tzadik Tamar Hifra Ke'eretz Banu Sheturim Bebeit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Oh, Genuvud Besefa, Deshenim Merananim, Le'argin, Ki Asher Adonai, Tzuri, Belo'am.
As we shift from the Kabbalat Shabbat, the welcoming in of Shabbat, to our Mariv service, we pause for a moment of memory as we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat with Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. So I invite all who are in mourning or observing yahrzeit, or anyone for whom it's your custom to do so, to rise for the Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, on page 30. Gadal v'it kadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon ubchaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala ubizman kari ve'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabba mevarach le'alam omei amaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei tekudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Let us also please rise. We turn to the Baruch Hu, page 39a.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Seated as we continue individually at the first blessing of Mariv, page 39a or b. Baruch Adonai.
Mavir yom uvein v'layla, mavtil ben yom uvein layla. Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam, Tamidim L'Chalenu Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai, Amari v'Aravim.
Turn to Ahavat Olam on page 40, which will prepare us for the Shema and the Haftarah on page 41, the remaining paragraphs on page 42. So we'll begin with Ahavat Olam on page 41 and continue through page 42.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amachata. Torah mitzvot lukim mishpatim otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu v'shoveinu u'lekumeinu nasiach v'chukecha v'nismach v'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayinu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negeh yomam v'layla yomam v'layla. V'yavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם ושיתך וביתך ולכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובמך וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Continue individually on page 43A or B, and we'll resume together on page 44.
Malchuto, b'ratzon kibalu aleihem, Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael v'chanu shira, v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam, mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osei v'elem. Malachutecha ra'u banecha bokeyam lifnei Moshe, zei li'anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'nehmar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, u'galo mi'ad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
Turn to Hashkivenu on page 45 as we pray for a shelter of peace over us, for Israel, and over the whole world. Page 45.
Hashkifenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Hamidenu Malkeinu Lechalim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Hamidenu Malkeinu Lechalim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Hamidenu Malkeinu Lechalim. Ushmor tzeitzinu uvoinu l'chayim u'shalom yetaver olam ufros aleinu sukkot shalomecha baruch atah Adonai hapores sukkot shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Rise as we turn to Vishamru on page 46.
V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורתם ברית עולם. ישראל אותים כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
Yamad yivra kirutei v'yamplich malchutei. B'chai nechanu
Beit Yisrael. Ubizman karim imru. Amen. Yesh meraba mevarach. Le'olam me'amaya. Yitbarach.
Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitoman, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei kudshav, v'yechu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata,
Tush bechata lemata zamiran me'alma. Amen. Standing for our individual Amidah, which begins on page 47 and continues through page 52. Use the Hebrew or the English and the words of your own hearts, page 47 through 52. Are still davening, still praying your individual Amidah, please by all means continue to do so. Otherwise, I'll invite us to rise as we turn to page 53 for the Me'en Sheva, a repetition of the themes of our evening's Amidah. Rise as we begin with Vayachulu at the top of page 53.
Vayachulu hashamayim haaretz v'chol tzivam. Vayachal Elohim vayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa. Vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa. Yalalai, 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 yalalai. Vayvarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi. Vayvarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi. Vaykadesh, vaykadesh oto. Yivo Shabbat mikom elato asher bara Elohim ma'asot. Yalai, 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 yalai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora Elyon Konei Shamayim Haaretz Magen Avot Bivarom Mechaye Beitim B'Marom Ha'el HaKadosh Shem Kavod Ha'Meniach Le'amo V'Yom Shabbat Kodsho Kivam Ratzah Le'Haniach Lahem Kivam Ratzah Le'Haniach Lahem Lefanav Navod Ve'yirah B'Pachad V'nodeh Yisrael B'chol Yom Tahid Me'od HaBerachot El HaHodahot Adon HaShalom Mekadesh HaShabbat L'Marayam Shehid Umeniach B'Kedusha Le'amid Shnei Oneg Zecher L'Maaseh L'Maaseh Bereshit.
Page 54.
Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Retzei v'Mnuchateinu Kadesheinu b'mitzvotecha v'techalkeinu v'toratecha Sabeinu mitumecha V'samachenu b'yeshuatecha V'taher libeinu le'odecha v'yamed v'yanachilenu Adonai Eloheinu B'ahavam v'ratzon Shabbat v'shecha v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadesh shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Continue with Kaddish Shalem, page 54. You can remain standing or be seated according to your custom.
Yigla Mikalash Shem Rabbi Yibraku Tevim Lich Machutei V'chai Cholum Yom Echalom Chai L'chol Beit Yisrael V'agalav Yizman Karivim Rabbi
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevaros Le'alam Me'alaya Yisbarach Yibarach Yishabach Yitbar Yishma Minaseh V'dara V'dala V'dala Shmei Kusha Brichu Le'elam Mikol V'chata V'shirata Tishbachata V'lechem Matzah Zamiram Be'almavim Rabbi
Amen.
Gavachot Hanuvaz L'chol Yisrael Kodam L'chol V'ishmaya V'im Rabbi
Amen.
Yehi Shlamar Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'chol Yisrael V'im Rabbi
Amen.
V'oseh Shalom V'im Ramav V'yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'chol Yisrael V'im
Amen. Standing, you can be seated. This evening, we not only have a celebration and a welcome of our new members, so if any new families, newer families new to the congregation, just give a wave so we know what to say hello during the ice cream social later. Looks like we have lots of people ready to welcome newer members, which is also a great thing to have. But we are also in our last Shabbat before Purim. By this time tomorrow night, it'll be Purim already. And so it's my last little Shabbat evening thoughts about Purim beforehand. And last week I spoke about how the Ta'anit Esther, the fast of Esther, comes before Pesach. It was actually yesterday this year because it's now Shabbat. And you can't have a fast on Shabbat, except for Yom Kippur. And you can't have a fast that would end after Shabbat begins, which is why it wasn't earlier today. It was all the way to yesterday. And that timing has been kind of interesting this year. Because in the reality, if we look at the book of Esther, she fasts for 3 days. And this year it ended up being 3 days before Purim. That the fast was when we did our fast of Esther, and we're in a year where we need that extra kind of push, and we needed that extra reflection to prepare ourselves for the courage of the celebration. And I think we're also in a year where we need to find the reasons to celebrate. And it says in chapter 5 of the book of Esther that on the 3rd day, Tilbash Esther Malchut, Esther got dressed in royalty. There's a word missing there, and it's missing in the actual Megillah too. It doesn't say she got dressed in, it doesn't say Vatilbash Esther got dressed Bigdei Malchut, in the clothing of royalty. It just says she got dressed in royalty. So she put on her, I interpret it as she put on her strongest face. Today we put on our costumes for Purim as a way to have lots of fun, but she put on her strongest face, and whatever it was that she needed to put on to allow her to exude the strength and the courage that she needed to walk up to the king without invitation and to say that she needed to stand for her people and to allow her people and to demand from the king to allow for her people to survive. And so this Shabbat, also called Shabbat Zachor, for the reading that we'll read tomorrow morning and that I'll talk a little more about tomorrow morning, when we're told to remember what was done to us by the evil group Amalek, but to move forward, that we continue to move forward. And just as there are other times where our holiday and our reality, the moods may or may not always match, but we can find the ways, I think, to put on the clothing, to put on the garb, and to put on the face, to make sure that we still have the full emotional experience. So this year we'll put on our costumes, we'll put on our own version of strength and courage and royalty and pop princesses this year. At least if you want to see what I look like as a blonde, you have to come on Sunday morning. Just put it that way. So we will get to celebrate and embrace a day of joy and embrace a day of throwing too much sugar at the little ones. Sorry, parents, in advance. And a day where we will find the joy in our world too, and remember the faith that we have survived the difficult times before, and we will yet survive and celebrate again in our own time, even as we remember the previous ones today. I'll invite us now to say Shabbat Shalom, an early happy Pesach, Purim, very early Pesach, a happy Purim. And I'll invite us to rise and return to page 55 for our Shabbat evening Kiddush.
Sabri Chavirai, Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron b'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikrei kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu b'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'yarava uratzon inchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Remain standing as we turn to Aleinu, page 56, onto page 57.
Aleinu l'shapeach l'adon hakol v'teinu l'aliyoseh b'reshit shelo atzanu kegoyei ha'aratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama
Shelo Samchalkeinu Kahem, V'gor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, V'anachnu Korim Mishtachavim Modim, Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim Ve'osed Haaretz, U'Moshe V'Karon HaShamayim Imam, U'Shechinatu Zo, V'Govei Meromim, Hu Eloheinu Ein Emet Malkeinu Mesulato, Kagatu B'Toratam, V'Yadatayom V'Hashivota El Levavecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, B'Shamayim Yimal, V'Yom Haaretz, V'Yom Haaretz, B'Tachat Eino Eino.
Kagatu b'Toratecha Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed
V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, Hayom hahu, Hayom hahu, Adonai echad, U'shemo, U'shemo, U'shemo May be seated. We turn to the Kaddish Yatom, to the mourner's Kaddish. We ask that God grant that the memories of those who've gone before us be a source of strength for us, and for everyone in the house of Israel. May the souls of our departed find peace in God's sheltering care. May we all be blessed with peace, tranquility, and fullness of life. This week, as a congregation, we remember the yard sites of May Levin, Louis Schreiber, Sylvia Wind Solotar, and Arthur Levinson. Invite all who are in mourning or observing yahrzeit, or any for whom it's your custom to do so, to rise as we turn to the Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach chirutei, ve'amlich malchutei, V'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulmei amaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. One who creates peace on high, grant peace to us, to all Israel, and to all who mourn. Seated, my pleasure this evening to call on the communications chair of our board of directors, Sharon Schreiber, to share some announcements about Purim and Pesach and lots of things going on over the next couple of weeks and month or so.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you to everyone who's joined us online and in person. And to Marianne and Janet Lawfer and anybody else who helped them set up the special ice cream oneg. Beth Shalom is the sponsor of this oneg. We look forward to seeing tomorrow morning in person at 9:30 a.m. The chosen meeples will meet following Kiddush. Next Shabbat, Friday night and Saturday morning services will be online and in person. Saturday morning's Kiddush is sponsored by Judy and Bernie Greenspan. For Purim, the evening services are tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Silly Symphony, Purim 5784, the Eras Tour is Sunday, March 24th at 9:30 a.m. Todd Purim is also on Sunday at 10 a.m. A hot lunch following services Sunday morning is sponsored by Beth Shalom. We have several adult education programs coming up, preparing for the Passover Seder, way more fun than spring cleaning, with Rabbi Greenspan begins Tuesday, April 2nd. Tour truck for beginners with Cantor Apt begins Thursday, April 4th. And the rabbinic intern and resident will be discussing the Jewish community in Uganda and Greater Africa beginning Friday, April 12th. The weekend includes dinner, discussions, services, and learning. Sign up is open for the April 6th Sisterhood Shabbat. Even if you do not normally participate on the Bima, this is a wonderful opportunity to stretch yourself amidst the support of other women. Many kinds of Bima honors are available, including English, Hebrew, and non-speaking parts. All Beth Shalom women are welcome. Rabbi Greenspan's Haggadah Fair is Sunday, April 7th at 9 a.m. This program is perfect for anyone who has ever been overwhelmed by the number of Haggadot options and may need help in finding the right one. You can always check out these and other programs on our website. And if Shabbat, please take a moment to follow and like Beth Shalom on Facebook and Instagram and share the posts with your friends and networks.
Thank you, Sharon. Shabbat Shalom. Yes, for Purim, you might already see some of the Purim decorations up, so we'll come, we'll have fun. There's the Swifty selfie station. We'll have more things added to it on Sunday, so it should be a good time. I will note for those online, it was brought up, sometimes it can be hard to hear. Our microphone system is simply not built for the combination of instruments and vocals, so we're apologies in advance if the audio does not come across perfectly for Purim, though I will note that this year I think we have fewer instruments than we have singers, so that might be in our favor for everyone to hear the words a little bit better. But
the most important is that you can hear the Megillah reading.
the most important is to be able to hear the Megillah reading, and the instruments are never during Mass. Yes, and we'll note it again on Sunday. I see some folks online. It's worth being aware of. For now, we'll conclude our service for tonight with Yigdal on page 62.
Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimtza b'yenet tam b'tzivuto echad v'yachid k'yichudo ne'lam v'gam etzof le'achduto ein lo d'mutagu v'yeinohu lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmol l'chol davar asher nivra Nishon v'rishit l'rishit Tovino Adon Olam B'chol Notzar Yoreg G'dulato Malchuto Shefanu Ato Betano El Anshe Zigulato V'tifarto Lo Kam Yisrael Moshe Od Naviu Mabit Et Emunato Torah Ben Natan Le'amoel Al yad elyon eman beit lo yachal lifael velo yavir dato leolami v'zulato tzofeh v'yodea setarenu mami l'sof davar v'kad mato gomel yish chesed k'mifalo noten rashara kerishato yishlach l'kit yomim v'shichenu L'gdol hakiket Yeshuato Mitim Yachael Baruch Hasto Baruch Hazeh Hashem Tehilato Mitim Yachael Baruch Hasto Baruch Hazeh Hashem Tehilato.
Shabbat Shalom. Good to see everyone in the room and on the Zoom, and we've got ice cream for those here in person. So come and we'll have some time together. Good to see everyone online.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hi,
Shabbat
Ian.
Shalom.
Hi, Barbara. Hi, Jerry.
Yeah,
Hi, Carl.
I was just
Hi.
offering him, we had a dairy meal, so we could have ice cream tonight too at home.
Okay, hi, Mindy.
Hi,
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Purim Sameach.
Yes.
Yeah.
In these
Purim
times of
Sameach.
sorrow, what day is it for the hostages? I know it's over 165.
Yes.
That's the sort of thing I try to blank out for Purim.
Yeah, I'm